I started learning everything I could about blogging. And I discovered towards the end of 2016 that I should indeed have a mailing list. I'm like, do I really need a mailing list for my little DIY projects and craft blog? I mean, I realize I need to have one, and I have a big one for my travel publishing business, but it's just a little blog. However, all the advice I read said you should have a mailing list. You should totally do this. So I'm like, okay, I will do this. So around the end of December, like I think it was right after Christmas, I decided that yes, I'm going to do this. So I did a bunch of research and I actually signed up with MailChimp to start with. But I quickly realized that it wasn't going to do what I wanted it to do, which I'll get into in a second. And I switched to ConvertKit. And so the reason why at the time, and I think things might have changed a little bit for MailChimp since then, but what I discovered is that I had on my DIY and craft blog, I had like downloadables, so one of my very first downloadables was Minecraft party printables. So things that you could print out for your child's Minecraft party. And it was really popular. And I just put the link to the downloadables right there in my blog. And I knew people were downloading it because they would thank me for it, but that was the extent of it. And I discovered that it was possible to ask them for their email address in exchange for this thing I had. So my Minecraft printables. And I thought, well, why not? Let's just give it a try, see what happens. Maybe people will get upset. I don't know. We'll see, right? It's an experiment. And so I did it. And I used ConvertKit instead of MailChimp because I wanted it to be delivered to them. And I decided to put it into a resource library that had a password. And I wanted to be able to tag the people. So I wanted to say, this person came in because of my Minecraft printable, or this person came in because of my Christmas ornaments, which was a project I was working on at the time. So, and ConvertKit offered that segmentation, and also the ability to have forms embedded into my blog posts, which is also really important. So I did this, and oh my goodness, you guys, like, people were not only happy to give me their email address in exchange for these things I had to offer, but they were doing it in droves. Like, it was really quite, honestly, I'm like, I remember logging into ConvertKit and being like, really? Are those spam accounts? I don't believe this. And I went and checked, and no, they didn't look like spam accounts, which you can kind of tell because after all those years of running a mailing list for my travel publishing business, I've got pretty good at finding out what spam accounts are. And what I realized is that when there's something that people really want, that they really truly want, that this is important to accomplishing their goal. So in the Minecraft party printables, they were having a Minecraft party for their children, and they needed cool things to decorate with. And they needed this file. This file didn't exist anywhere else. It was my file. I made it. And in order for them to have the things that I had in my photos, they would need my file. It was really simple when I thought about it. So the same is true of, let's say, my ornaments. So my ornaments it's a simple project, but the shapes are like, I have a template for the shapes. So if you're artistic, you can just draw your own shape. But if you're not, or you want exactly my shape, then there's the template. It's really simple. And so I started doing this more and more. And then in February, and this is relevant, in February, I bought myself a Cricut cutting machine because I thought, wow, I can do all these cool projects. And I did I made a paper flower, I made a peony, and I got on Facebook and I shared it with people, and the response was tremendous. I'm like, whoa, these people really want my flower. So I put it up in my library, and sure enough, they came to my blog and they downloaded it. And from that point forward, I began tailoring my blog posts around my freebies because I realized that this was a powerful driving force to my blog and a building force for my subscriber list. And that's how I got to 10,000 in under 6 months.